Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb and Friends. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, joined by my lovely co-host, Latanya White. We're excited about today's show. For those of you tuning in on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X, we welcome you all to the broadcast. Those tuning in on Instagram, we're glad you all can be with us. And last but certainly not least, going to connect with our friends over on Amazon Live so I can introduce you guys to today's guest. Really excited about this. He's getting ready for the release of his newest album, so we're excited to talk to him about that. And of course, all the great things happening with him. And we're now live on Amazon Live with Cyrus Webb. And friends, if you guys are new to us on Amazon.com, welcome. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button, either here in this corner or down below. We also will see some of the music by our next guest. We're so excited to welcome Eric Roberson back to our broadcast today. You guys know him as a singer, songwriter, and producer. We last had him on the show 3 years ago with his project Lessons. Now he's gearing up for the release of Beautifully All Over the Place. We're going to talk to him about that and all the great things coming up. But Tanya, Eric, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you for
Hello.
having
Hey,
me.
glad to do it. Eric, I'm going to get things kicked off with you, man. Really appreciate the time today. First of all, congratulations on all the success. As I mentioned, it was 3 years ago. Had a chance to talk with you about Lessons. You had the book out then as well as the album. What has it been like for you now over these 20 plus years, Eric, to see the way that your fans have stayed with you from project to project?
It's always an honor. I've been in this business for 30 years and 25 years of releasing independent music and albums. And I will tell you, I know how much a book meant to me before. I know how much a song meant to me, how much it changed my life and helped me through dark times or helped me learn, grow. So for anyone to be able to share a story or share any movement that my songs have created for them, it's always an honor. It never gets old to me. I'm still baffled. But with a song like Lessons, which that's I, it'd be great if I could write a song like Lessons every single day. But it created a thing that makes people pause and want to share where they were when they heard it, how much it's their song, how much it strengthened them, strengthened their perception for the one they're with, or strengthened their faith to find who's really out there for them, help them through losses. It's an honor. It's an honor that I was given an opportunity to be able to deliver something like that, and we're just trying to continue the conversation. And we're on tour now. It never gets old. You walk out there and people, whether it's a familiar face or somebody new, invested time to come hear your art. It means a lot to me.
Yeah. We're going to talk more about that later. I'm going to turn it over to Tanya. Tanya, Eric's all yours.
Hey, Eric. Listen, you've been a staple for authentic music. For how long? You said 30 years. I can't believe that, Eric.
3 years, yeah.
Where you started when you was two?
Come on now, we both was too, huh? No, but the
What?
moon. I think the moon. Well, when I got signed to release my first single, which came out in 1994, so I was
Mm-hmm.
at the time 21 years old, and yeah, man, it's been a fun time. So crazy enough to do the math. I've been in the business longer now, when I think about it, but it's still an honor. It doesn't get old. I feel like I still feel like I felt the first time, the first time,
Yeah.
the first time I got on stage. It never really gets old, especially when you realize, you run into people. Some people go, man, I thought you would be bigger or something like that. Man, I'm just glad I am. You know,
Yeah.
because I witnessed a lot of people who had opportunities and those opportunities didn't work out, or what for whatever reason they're not doing music anymore. And for
Mm-hmm.
them to wake up to have ideas and chase feelings and emotions, I appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate your commitment, your passion. 18th album, correct? Beautifully all over the place. Give me the
Yeah.
backstory. The title alone is intriguing. Give us the backstory for
The
what fans are going
backstory
to
is
experience through this project.
I was chasing over the last 2, 3 years. I was just chasing a lot of different sounds, a lot of different emotions. And I think as
Mm.
you get older now, it's like, hey, what else is there to do? What else do you want to do? And I think I really had to redefine what success was for me, redefine what happiness and satisfaction was for me, and really go after that. So, sure, I'm a soul singer, I'm an R&B singer, but if you look at my phone, there's a ton of different vibes and
Yeah.
energies in there. So why not chase that? So Beautiful All Over Places is really an example of that. I'm fragile, but I'm present. I'm happy.
Mm.
Even in my saddest times, I'm sad. Even in my happiest times, I'm human. I'm breathing. My feet touch the ground today, so I'm winning. Right. So
Mm. I know that's right.
really trying to share. I'm on the other side of 50 now, and people are still interested in what I have to say. So we have the album coming out. We also have a book called Beautifully All Over the Place. It's following that as well.
Okay.
And I'm just really excited, man. I think it's a different album for me. At the same time, my first 5 albums, I probably produced probably half the records, played a lot of
Hmm.
the instruments. And then I got married and met other producers and started having kids. And for really the last, 15 plus years, I had other people produce albums. And those
Hmm.
are great records as well. This album is me getting back to my production ideas,
Yeah.
right? Like really
Yeah.
diving back in. And I did a lot of collaboration with a lot of other musicians as well, but really chasing the sounds that were in my head, because my life was at a point where I really had the time to kind of dive in the studio and get lost in there a little bit more. So yeah, it's just I think people are gonna really enjoy the record. It's a different record, so I think they're gonna
Well,
enjoy
the
it.
title alone explains it. And I was just going to say, you must be in the 50 club because that is what 50 is. Beautifully all over the place. Uh, I'm not this age no more. I am settled in my 50s, so I'm going to be me.
Yeah,
So I totally understand.
I'm gonna live my life. I ain't gotta win nobody over no more.
No,
I done proved it now. I,
improved it.
I
And
done
I'm not proving nothing else.
Come on. So yeah, I'm just gonna live and just share and just
That's great.
share as much as I can. And I'll tell you even what's interesting, if I go back to lessons, right before lessons, you're starting to hear I'm surprised you're still doing music, or
Mm-hmm.
you should slow down, or and lessons was an example that, man, like, don't listen to nobody, just keep following
Right.
your that song was in the snap of the finger, it was there.
Yeah.
And I think that's how we should just be with our art. Don't assume how big or how small it's gonna be, who's gonna listen, who doesn't. Hey man, guess what? We're gonna be all right no matter who show up.
Know who show up. I
I mean,
love it. And so you mentioned you got a lot of collaborations on
yeah,
this album. One of my favorite collaboration, I know you get this all the time, but you and Layla, come on now.
that's some sick
If
man.
by chance we gonna get another Layla Hathaway, Eric Roberson collaboration.
Well, I would say anything's possible. That's a dear friend of mine,
Hmm.
and I would say, shoot, I'm waiting on Layla. I'm waiting
Layla,
on him. I wait. There's probably plenty of people I'm waiting on. But I think so. We often get on stage and shares, performing together. And I mean, just her trajectory from even the time we did Dealing, she was already a legend
hmm,
at the time, but
yeah,
she's an icon now. And I think it'll be great, man. I think it'll be great. I think it just has to be the right moment and right song. When you have
yeah,
a song like Dealing, and I think she would say the same thing. It's kind of like you want to make sure to cherish that and make sure that if you follow up with it, that it's another
it's
thing
another hit.
as impactful as Dealing. So um, we haven't tried it, but we talk all the
Right.
time. So maybe I need to. You've encouraged me to maybe send you
Yes.
a song and kind of say, hey, what you think? Because that's really how Dealing started. We were at an event and I said, man, I just wrote this song. I want you to hear. And before you know it, we were singing it together.
Thing we need a dealings part two in as 50-year-olds because that's a whole nother
That's a whole nother
another
deal.
deal.
That's a whole not listen, that you touching on something
Come
there.
on, Layla, call Eric. Eric, call Layla so we can get that for us 50-year-olds and y'all can perform it for us. Eric, thank you so much. It's been fun. I'm going to pass it back to Cyrus, okay?
All good.
Thank you so much, Tanya. Great questions. Thank you all for tuning in. See you guys all over the place. Appreciate you all watching us here at Cyrus Webb and Friends. Eric Roberson is our guest once again. He's celebrating again the release of his 18th studio album this year. Beautifully all over the place. We were just talking with Tanya about that. And for our audience joining us on Amazon, they can really browse through here while we're having this conversation, Eric, and get singles like Where You Gonna Go. Of course, the newest single, Over You, Under You. I'm going to highlight it for those over on Amazon. But also, while you were talking with Tanya about Dealing, we had it highlighted there as well. Mr. Nice Guy is over there on Amazon too. Do you still have those wow moments, Eric, when you kind of think about your career? You brought up a really good point with Tanya that there's a lot of artists that have come and gone since you've been on the scene. Do you still have that wow moment that not only do people still appreciate you as an artist, but also just what you represent in music?
Yeah, wow moments, man. When a young artist comes and asks questions and you see yourself in them,
Mhm.
and it's like, wow. I remember when I was waiting backstage so I could ask somebody a question. Now somebody's asking a question for me, or you see a kid in the crowd singing the song, like how they know the stuff,
Yeah.
or just there's some people, man, they've been front and center for the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Man, and now those people become family. You know what I mean? It's like that. So there's plenty of wow moments, and just the wow moment that, man, anybody could have been picked to have this opportunity, this particular opportunity, but I was picked, and I'm thankful for it. That in itself is a wow.
Yeah.
So I think it's important that you kind of leave yourself open enough to be able to witness and recognize when something's wow. You know what I mean? Listen, I was in a meeting early today, and I could smell bacon and biscuits. And my wife was making breakfast, and you can take that for granted, but I was
Yeah.
like, wow. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I think just where you are in your life,
Hmm.
I think we can allow ourselves, and I think that maybe that's the thing. We should allow ourselves to have our wows.
Right.
Don't get so busy. Like I said, I told Tanya that we have a book coming out, and in the book I say, obligation should never overshadow observation,
Hmm.
right? So I should never be so busy that I can't just observe that something is beautiful,
Yeah.
and there's beautiful things that are passing us all the time. But if we got our head down and so busy, we'll miss it. So I look for that wow
Mhm.
often.
Eric, you just touched on something. I wasn't planning on asking you about this, but because of what you mentioned, and of course what you mentioned with Tanya, that goes to me appreciation, but also focus. We live in such a noisy world right now, and as you mentioned, with so many things that are vying for our attention and time, what helps you to stay focused and present when everything is so crazy around you?
I call it learning how to listen. So it's like it's really important. I mean, and mind you, I get lost in tons of stuff as much as anybody else. But I got 3 kids, I got a wife. My
Hmm.
dad is sitting here listening to the interview right now, hanging with me. And I think with all these is a certain moment of trying to understand what is the moment of now. Like today, what is I start every day like the song "Where You Want to Go" is not just a song; it's how I start my day, and it's not where I want to go physically. Like, do I want to go to Paris today? It's like, who am I trying to be, and what am I trying to accomplish today? Not
Right.
tomorrow, not yesterday, not weighing on what I won or lost yesterday, but just today, and really trying to be as present for that as I possibly can. So in this interview, I'm present. I'm here. I'm enjoying the conversation I had with you and Tanya. Um, the conversation I'll have after this interview with my dad, I cherish it, is trying to be present in
Hmm.
those particular moments. I just finished a book called The Hidden Life of Trees. And it was very, very helpful because I always talk about nature. But to me, if I need to understand faith or focus, you just look outside, and the squirrels, the birds, the trees, the plants, they know their purpose. But
Yeah.
we have so much obligation and so many busyness that we'll tune out of our purpose. And purpose doesn't have to be always lifetime. Purpose can be just for this very minute right now. So how
Right.
tuned in can you be? Because I personally, as a songwriter, I feel myself nudged all the time.
Hmm.
And for whatever reason, a lot of times we go, no, mm-mm. You know what I mean? But where would we be if the birds said, no, I'm not going to the south for winter this time? Or where would we be if the flowers were like, I'm not blooming this time? No, I have other plans. So I think we should try to just do our best to be tuned in the moment as
Yeah.
much as you can. And that's something that I have not perfected, but it's something that I work on every single day.
Well, I know your fans appreciate it. I know we appreciate it, and we definitely appreciate this time. Again, everyone, Eric Roberson is our guest for this segment. We're talking with him about his career, but also the upcoming release of the album, Beautifully All Over the Place, coming up the end of this month. As you also heard him mention, the book is coming out as well. Eric, let our audience know, how can they stay connected with everything going on with you?
They can go to ericrobersonmusic.com where they can get the album and the digital download experience coming next week.
Mhm.
There's also I have a group called The Process that follow me in the studio. Every song I make in front of them. If you want, you got to go to jointheprocess.com, and there's a ton of music there. All the music. I probably made 100 songs to make these 10 songs.
Wow.
So,
Oh,
yeah. So,
wow.
and all those songs are in there with there, and also on my social media pages. Those are all different names. So ericrobersonmusic.com is the main thing to go to.
Got it. Well, Eric, congratulations to you. Tanya and I really appreciate you spending some time with us.
Yes,
Looking
thank
forward to our
you.
next chat together.
I look forward to talking with you again.
All right. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb and Friends. Until next time, you'll make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Peace.